Hello everyone. Today I just want to go over things that I did as a support that got me from Herald to Archon. First things first, you need to be in the right mentality, and by right I mean a positive mentality. You know, a lot of support players think it is impossible to rank up as a support player, which is completely untrue because I went from Herald to Archon, mostly playing position 4. And I vividly remember my MMR being 870 a year and a half ago. And I got out of Herald by spamming Crystal Maiden. And I have a friend who's ranked 3000 in Europe, and he went from 2k to 6k, mostly playing support, mostly playing position 4. Like you can see, his most successful heroes here. So it is very much possible to rank up as a support. You just have to be in the right mentality. And the second thing, I lose because Smurfs. If you think that way, please stop, because unless you do, you're not gonna win games. Because newsflash, the Smurfs you have in your Guardian bracket are not Arteezy or Nisha. They're just some guy from Archon or Legend bracket. And honestly, if you cannot win against those guys, then you don't deserve to rank up. So see Smurfs as a challenge for yourself, and just be positive. Granted, sometimes you feel like you played like a 6k but you still lost the game. That's because it's Dota. You don't always win, sometimes you just lose, but you shouldn't focus on those losses. You should focus more on what can you do better in your future games, and that way you will rank up. So that's all I wanted to say. Let's just jump into it. So in this game, I'm playing Windrunner position 5, and my carry is Drow Ranger, and we're laning against the Treant plus Rubik. Pretty strong lane, I would say, because the Treant nature grasps the Drow, and if Drow tries to get out of the grasp, Rubik lifts him back into the grasp, and she dies. So, but if they synergize, they can win this lane. So my job as a support here is to make sure that doesn't happen. And how do I do that? By blocking the big camp where they cannot pull, and making sure my small camp isn't blocked so that I can pull. Right, so that's why I bought 2 sentries immediately, and an observer ward as well. And I bought 2 mangoes just to be able to trade with the Rubik and a circlet. And the salve is for Drow Ranger, not really for me, but if necessary I will pop it on myself, and I will get Drow another salve as well. So right here, as soon as I see the Rubik, I immediately start right clicking with him because I have Windrun and a position for Pudge sitting in the trees, so I'm kind of baiting Rubik into getting hooked, and he does. We pick off a really nice kill and get ahead just a little bit with XP. And once the Rubik is dead, I immediately come over to Treant and start hitting the Treant. As soon as he uses the leech, I'm gonna back out. And what I'm gonna do next is I'll check if Rubik blocked my small camp, which he didn't. So amazing. Now I'm telling the Drow Ranger that I'm going to pull and that she should be careful. And when it comes to pulling the small camp, it is very important to not get a full pull, but rather get a half pull, because then you can shift over to lane immediately and start harassing the core, or help your carry with denies. Because when you make a half pull, the neutrals don't die, so then there's no XP for you to take from the small camp, and these 2 of my creeps, they definitely die to this camp. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna shift over to lane, try to get a bit of harass. If not, then I'm gonna just help out Drow Ranger with denies. And meanwhile, the Treant Protector is losing XP from a range creep and a melee creep. Now, because of the half pull I made, what ends up happening is the Drow Ranger gets a full wave under her tower, and I would much rather let her solo take the creep wave and the experience. And I try to pull, but they contest, so I intentionally don't use Windrun here, just to make them chase me longer. And now they're fully committing on me, which they shouldn't do, because like, what is Treant achieving by doing this? Like, he's losing lane gold, he's losing lane experience, and he's not getting the kill on me. And I do this literally every game. Like, I literally take two cores every game and make them chase me around the jungle. And as a result, they lose a lot of golden experience. And meanwhile, my Draw Ranger is getting free farmed. Since we got the lane under the tower, now the lane is pushed out. So my job is to, set the equilibrium back under our tower again. And in this case, I went for stack pull. I don't recommend going for stack pull every game because it can backfire really hard sometimes. But in this case, it was a treant protector who's a very like low MS hero, and by the time he gets to the creep wave, like it's already gone. There's another reason why this stack pool is amazing is because the 5 minute mark is coming up, which means the siege creep is gonna be coming. And now that I stack pulled, we're getting a wave under our tower. So what that means is that the lane is gonna push again, and by the time their siege creep is gonna reach the lane, our lane is gonna be pushed out, which we actually want because we want to kill the siege creep ASAP. You do not want the siege creep to hit your tower. A lot of people in low bracket do not understand this. Siege creep does shitloads of damage to your towers, so please, please, please prioritize killing the siege creep and do not let the siege creep to hit your tower. What a lot of trench supports don't do is that when they die, they do not look mid to TP and refill their mid laner's bottle if they have a bottle buying mid laner. Like in this case, for example, I have a Zeus mid lane, and I look over mid, he doesn't have a bottle, so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna TP top. But if he had a bottle, I would be more inclined to TP mid because right now it's looking at the minute mark, there's nothing to do top lane because I'm not gonna pull at 45. Now at this point, my job as a support in the lane is done. I see an empty mid lane, I immediately shift over to sap some XP. And also Jarander is 2 levels ahead of the tree and protector, so she's gonna be fine. So I'm just gonna try to go and sub some XP mid lane. Void Spirit goes on me, and he cannot kill me. It's fine. Zeus returns back to lane. Now I'm shifting bottom. Try to make a play with Pudge and the Centaur. So now that like we're proceeding into the this early to mid game, my best friends are gonna be my Pudge and my Centaur because the three of us are gonna make plays around the map because Zeus is a bit of a greedy hero. He needs some items. Obviously, he can just ulti from afar, but he's not gonna be the one we're gonna make plays with. It's gonna be Pudge and the Centaur. Right now, I know for a fact that they have 3 heroes mid because they showed 3 heroes mid a second ago, and I see Monkey bottom, and I'm immediately like, let's kill Monkey. And like I pressed the smoke, Zeus was farming the small camp. I just pressed the smoke and he stopped. Now we're just running after the Monkey King, and we just get a pretty easy pick off on the Monkey. So it's very dangerous for a carry, like like our carry gets smoked in our jungle, which is fine. Then we immediately like TP. So it's like we traded our Jaw Ranger with two of their supports and their carry as well. So it was a pretty good trade for us, and our Zeus got a double kill. So overall, it was well. This is how you farm on support. Like, look, 2 heroes are showing top, and my team is setting up a play bottom, and my Draw Ranger is hitting the triangle. So this mid wave, this creep wave in the middle lane, is mine. There's no need for me to just TP bottom, because 2 heroes are top, and I can just walk to my team by the time they react, right? And Draw Ranger is just sitting in the triangle because mid is kind of like a dangerous place for her to be right now. Look, Monkey showed up mid. Now I'm slowly walking bottom. While I'm walking bottom, I just casually hit a creep wave. I mean, a neutral camp. So you should also do this as a support, like whether you're a lich, you're a CM, just farm a creep wave where you're like going from one place to another, and I farm a second neutral camp as well. And this gold that I get, I invested in ward and stuff like that. And we get the tower, and we get a double kill. We get a kill on the void, which is really really good. So we got the tower, I got a couple of waves, and we got 2 kills. So it was overall amazing. Now that we're got the bottom tower, what we want to do is we want to control this bottom half of the map. I don't know why the fuck Monkey was here, cause like we took the tower. It's like the most dangerous place for him to be right now because like we showed this on this side of the map like 2 seconds ago. Look right here. As soon as I see three heroes mid, I immediately walk into their jungle and I start dewarding their jungle. Unfortunately, Pudge goes in as well. I don't know why, but he goes in and he dies. And I'm gonna, because of that, I'm able to get up a really nice deward and they actually smoke on me. Now, since man, I'm just gonna TP top from here. TP top and shove in the lane. And like Drow Ranger doesn't really want to be here because of the double damage Void Spirit, but I'm not scared. I mean, I don't really mind like tanking up a gank here. If that means like my Drow Ranger gets farm on the other side of the map, that's alright with me. And Drow Ranger like wants to sit in the triangle because she can farm the ancients. Just gonna push two creep waves, and that's how I get my farm as a support. Funny enough, I do actually tank up a gank here, and I die, but as soon as I respawn, I immediately TP back to this lane and I start shoving the lane. Look, I'm shoving the lane, and my team is setting up to make a place mid lane. And now look, we can see one hero mid, and I have a deep ward set up in their jungle. Now we see Void Spirit shows up bottom. Now I see Monkey King, in the jungle as well. So now I know they're all like on this bottom half of the map. So now I just shove another creep wave and immediately start shifting mid because my team is trying to make a play mid, right? I ignore the last creep wave and I start walking to my team. Now what happens here is that like they force the team fight under our vision, right? And Void Spirit gets hooked. Amazing. Monkey King ulti is really really bad. Void Spirit dies. Drow survives. And now at this point, I'm just waiting for Monkey's BKB to wear off. He should actually just get the fuck out right now, but he doesn't, and he dies. And at this point, it's already GG for the other team because Monkey King he went the Battle Fury build and he already died twice. He got his Battle Fury at like minute 18, and he immediately died twice after buying Battle Fury. So pretty much GG for them. Another thing I want to say is to analyze your own replays. Like for example, on my last match, I went 0-10 as Hoodwink position 5. Obviously, there were a lot of problems with me in this match, so definitely need to check out this replay and analyze my mistakes so that I avoid making those mistakes in my future games. And so analyzing your replays helps a lot, and also watch a lot of pro player replays because pro players, you learn a lot from them. And you can do that by going to dota2protracker.com. You can go here to dota2protracker.com and you can, like, for example, let's say you want to learn to play Mirana. You type in Mirana and you choose, you scroll down a little and you can see here, like, for example, Snaking won as Mirana with Dahak against Soneko. Snaking is an amazing Mirana player. He's probably one of the best Mirana players, if not the best. And so once you find this replay you want to watch, you click on the Dota buff icon. It'll take you to a Dota buff page of that match. You can copy the match ID here, come back to game, to your Dota game, go to watch, watch now, replays, search for match ID, and there it is. You can just download the replay and watch it. So to summarize, block the big camp, pull the small camp, give your carry solo XP if possible, buy regen for them, find the heroes you want to play with after the laning phase, watch pro player replays. And that's about it. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this content and you want me to make this type of content, please do like the video and do let me know in the comment section down below. Cheers.